Welcome to your tour of Hoover Dam.
I still can't believe we just drove over this thing with our Airstream.
It's a damn good time.
Last week we explored Lake Mead National Recreation Area, which is only 30 minutes outside of Vegas. It was beautiful. It's also crazy close to the Hoover Dam, which we almost made it to on our hike of the historic railroad trail, but we decided it would be way more fun to drive over it with the Airstream. And since we're finally headed to California this morning, we figured we'd bring you along for a damn good time.
Super excited. I'm damn excited.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous. I watched another YouTube video of somebody else going over the dam with their RV, and it looked kind of tight. I'm sure it's fine.
How y'all doing today? Good, brother. Hey, man, welcome to Hoover Dam. Before we send y'all down to the dam, there's a quick safety inspection of the vehicle and the trailer back here, brother. Awesome. Hey, y'all have safe travels. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Checkpoint officially cleared. So to get through the Hoover Dam, you have to confirm that you don't have a firearm on you and no explosives. Go figure. But they did check out our Airstream and they actually went inside. They agree. It is way roomier inside there than they expected it to be. This is my first time at Hoover Dam, so I really didn't know what to expect. Pretty much all I knew about it was an architectural marvel for its time. What I didn't realize was that when Hoover Dam was finished in 1936, not only was it the world's largest hydroelectric power station, it was also the world's largest concrete structure. And it was built in the Great Depression, a time when many of the building requirements for it were only theories when they drew up the blueprints and had never actually been implemented before. But when you come to the dam today, you won't just accidentally cross it. In 2010, the Mike O'Callaghan Pat Tillman Memorial Bridge downstream of Hoover Dam officially opened, aka the big white bridge you see to the right here, and through traffic to the dam was closed. So you have to make a special trip to visit, which we were A-okay with. All right, we are officially parked. And one of the things that I was really surprised about is that the Hoover Dam is actually really RV friendly. Our parking spot is meant for an RV, and there are tons of free parking spots that are RV friendly around the dam. This particular one costs $10, but considering there's a lot less people here and a lot more maneuverability, we figured it was definitely worth it.
We're about to take a dam walk.
And that's mostly because we can't take the dam tour. Sadly, thanks to COVID, it's been closed for a really long time, but thankfully you can still walk around and check out a lot of the different spaces here. So, we figured it's a great way to mix up a travel day.
And not to mention, there's some pretty damn good views around here.
Get used to it, y'all. Sorry. If you're like me, when I think about a dam, I usually think about one that can open and close and water will flow over it. But the Hoover Dam isn't like that. In fact, it's built so that the water goes around the dam. This dry area of the dam that you see behind me hasn't actually seen water on it since 1983. And that's what happens when Lake Mead actually fills all the way up. But not something that happens on a daily basis. This thing is really big, y'all.
I think what's interesting is that even from up here, you can tell the water is crystal clear. You can see the rocks below the surface.
We arrived is that the Hoover Dam straddles the Arizona and Nevada state line. And these tall towers you see here are the intake towers. The first two live on the Arizona side of the dam, while the second two call Nevada home. What are they for? They're where the water enters the dam to generate electricity, which it provides to over 1.3 million people in Nevada, Arizona, and California every year. Monument Plaza that you see here is on the western flank of the Hoover Dam. It was commissioned in 1935 to celebrate the feat of engineering embodied by the dam, as well as to commemorate the 96 men who lost their lives during its construction.
Thousands of years into the future.
Okay, apparently touching the toes is good luck. With these huge bronze statues towering high above, it's easy to miss one of the biggest marvels of the monument below their toes. The plaza's floor is actually a celestial map marking the time of the dam's creation based on the 25,772-year axial precession of the Earth. So, what did you think of the dam?
I thought it was pretty damn cool. How about you?
It's humongous. It's really hard to capture how big this thing is, and I think that's the part that I'm in the most awe of.
You should definitely check it out. Now that I've subjected you all to my best dam jokes, let's hear your damn joke by leaving it in the comment below.
One of the best things about towing your home behind you is that your kitchen is always easily accessible. We want a snack. Cucumbers and hummus. All right, snack complete. It's time to head to Joshua Tree. Although we were sad we didn't get to go on the dam tour, it's a good excuse to come back someday soon because the history here is simply fascinating. But for now, it's time to head back over the dam because it's getting late, which means we're going to be racing the sun to get to Joshua Tree since we try to avoid arriving at a campsite after dark. It's just not the ideal way to set up.
We have a rule typically when it comes to driving long distances. We try to keep our travel times between 3 and 4 hours. And depending on the terrain, traffic, and all those other variables, it can either be a stressful trip or a relaxing trip. We've just left Hoover Dam and it's just wide open roads. I mean, I would consider this one of the most enjoyable ways to travel.
This afternoon, we're headed to Joshua Tree, California. And since the GPS tells us it will take about 3 hours, we know it's safe to assume it's actually more like 4. But it's hard to complain when you're headed to the Golden State.
Thanks for visiting Nevada. Welcome to California. There's a ton of stickers on the sign. And thought to myself, bam, the sign needs one more sticker. The only problem is that from a distance, it looked like I could very easily put the sticker on the sign, but it's a lot taller than it looks. Okay, here we go. Oh! Victory! Right by the F for Team Fernandez. Back to the Airstream. heading on into California. We just passed over a railroad crossing, and my advice to you is to take it slow. Like, just ease over the railroad tracks. Don't try to gun it over the railroad tracks. We've seen some railroad tracks around the country that would leave your Airstream looking like a seesaw. So if you come across something like that, don't try to drive over it. Find a different path.
Another reason it's good to simply take it slow when towing your home is you just never know what a road trip will bring.
You got gas?
Oh,
Really?
you got gas?
I got gas.
I was like, in the desert? Let me ask.
No. Yeah, you have to carry everything, you know?
Really?
Yeah, I got you, man.
And just like that, our handy dandy gas tanks we always carry with us thanks to the Texas freeze came in handy in an unexpected way, especially considering the closest gas station was over 30 miles away. One of the things we try to avoid on travel days is arriving to a campsite after the sun sets. But it's just been that kind of day. So, thankfully, we should be there soon. So this is the reason why you don't want to get to your campsite at night, because it's dark. But thank goodness, we've got our boogie lights. So at least we can see underneath the RV to get at least the essentials of our electric and our water set up tonight. Then we can make dinner and go to bed, finally.
No, seriously, how convenient is it to have these lights? It makes hooking up at night so easy.
With another adventurous RV travel day under our belt, it's time to get some rest. Because tomorrow, we begin our first California adventure in Joshua Tree. Don't want to miss out? Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to be notified, because next week, we're going to bring you behind the scenes of a typical day in the Airstream. But until then, make sure to wander local wherever you are this week, friend. It's good for the soul.